question for you regarding the club. Now, obviously, Penn Fusion is one of the bigger clubs in Mid-Atlantic region. You have a lot of feeder programs that get exposure to college coaches. But in general, can you give us some advice on how a club can kind of be a platform to, or at least a support system in the recruiting process, and how one could use a club to help benefit their scholarship ability?
Yeah, I think the level of play is really important, and I think a club to club model league system is essential. So for example, the ECNL boys and girls and the DA previously were club to club models. So as a coach, as a director, you're not worrying year to year if the competitions that you're in, will the teams qualify? Will they be able to get to that regional and national level? It's guaranteed year to year. So even if you have an age group that's potentially a little bit weaker than the rest, at least they've got the platform to improve and do well and be in front of college coaches. And I think, the ECNL do an excellent job on college coaches on the sidelines, as, of course, the MLS academies get that naturally. So I think club to club model is important. Again, I think it's looking at clubs that have a track record of doing this consistently year on, year out. I think that's really, really key. And then looking at those personal connections and really just having honesty and feedback from the leaders of your club. That kind of probably in that junior year, early in the junior year or sophomore to junior year, is a good indicator of where players will be projected. And I think it's just having honest conversations every kind of 3 to 5 months in terms of where the club leadership sees your child. And that can change. A player that maybe not kind of outlined as a Division I athlete or a big conference player, they can go through phases up and down, and we've seen it happen. But I just think open lines of communication, consistent communication and feedback is important for both parents and players as they go through that process of maybe the last 2 years before committing to a college.
Yeah, no, definitely. It kind of has to come from both sides, and a scholarship's not just going to appear overnight. It requires work both on and off the field, and I think that the communication process, it starts with the player, and obviously using the club to kind of leverage your way is something that players need to understand. So that seems like you guys have a good process in place for that.